Inverts and shoulder mounts. On paper, these two movements have a lot in common. In both, we need strength in our hip flexors and core to lift our legs in the air and create that tuck, and upper body strength, especially from our lats, for that pull. We're using the same key muscle groups for both. So why are shoulder mounts so much harder than inverts? And how can we bridge that gap in strength to progress from invert to shoulder mount? Well, here's 3 things to consider. Firstly, we have to move our body weight further away from our base of support in the shoulder mount. So although we may be using the same muscles, those muscles are having to work even harder than they do in our invert. Secondly, we're usually working through a bigger range of motion in our shoulder mount. See how in our invert, because our hands are low like this, although we are using our lats to keep our body lifted, the distance between our arms and torso doesn't usually change that much compared to the shoulder mount, where we have to work a lot harder to close that gap and lift our body up. Our spine is usually starting from a more extended position too, so we've got a bigger range of motion to work through there as well. Finally, we have more contact points in our invert, so it's not just those key muscle groups that have been challenged more in the shoulder mount. All of the stabilizing muscles that support the movement have to work much harder too. So if you've already got your invert, focusing your strength progressions specifically on those more challenging elements can really help you to build the strength and stability you need for your shoulder mount. You can find out more on my blog.